I believe we are on the edge of the gaming run. And when gaming runs, it actually runs hard. The key to make money is to position yourself early before it will actually happen, to take advantage of all of the liquidity inflows that will be coming into the gaming narrative of the crypto market. I will actually show you 5 gaming projects that I think should be doing very, very well in the upcoming gaming run. And I will also show you $600,000 worth of loans that I entered for specific gaming coins that I expect to capitalize on heavily. If you like the content, make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let's start. I will also provide an update on Endion Blast at the end of the video. I think my yesterday video was a bit misunderstood, but if you would like to receive an update on the situation and explanation as well, make sure to watch till the end. First gaming project I entered $300,000 loan positions in is Big Time. So here on BitGet you can see $20,000 with 6x leverage. I'm already $20,000 in profits. And here on Bybit you can see a $180,000 position and I'm $40,000 in profit. So my entry point is 0.18. I do actually like Big Time. I do like it as Ethereum beta because I do expect Ethereum to pump up with the approval of Ethereum ETF. I think what's happening currently is manipulation, the suppression of the price of Ethereum. I do expect Ethereum to reach all-time highs quite soon. And as you can see, Big Time is based on Ethereum. They have a pretty interesting system implemented into the project where you can trade NFTs on the platform without the need to actually pay for gas fees. And you only pay for gas fees if you want to withdraw these things on chain. So they're solving the high transaction fees for Ethereum this way. Big Time is the game that is similar to World of Warcraft, and some people who are actually working on World of Warcraft, they are developing Big Time as well. They essentially announced themselves in the end of the last cycle. They were developing for all this time. It's actually a working game, and there are a bunch of Chinese gaming guilds, Chinese communities currently who are actually farming this game. So they're playing in play to earn, receiving items, and essentially selling them on the market right after that. It was initially called by Crash to actually launch this thing from 0.18, and I like this call very, very much because it's a gaming project. I do expect for gaming projects and gaming narrative to run. I know I've been calling this for 3 months at least, but it seems to me, it feels internally that it's almost the time at this stage to actually be entering for these things to actually run. And Alex Becker is teasing new video each and every week and he's not publishing them, which is very, very funny by itself. But we will see. We have some movement from Beam, we have some movement from large caps, and usually large caps are moving and then all the other things start to move as well, and we're definitely still in the risk-off environment. People are scared, people are taking profits after a 2x, people are driving towards safe place that they think are safe, and the key to position yourself in the risk-on things before they actually become risk-on, because this way you would actually be capitalizing the most. I do expect to at least make $1 million from this position. I was entering at 0.18. I would make $1 million at what? At 0.72, right? I think at 0.72 I will be up $1 million on my Big Time positions right here, right? An interesting thing is that we have quite high fully diluted valuation market cap in comparison to the market cap of the current project, in comparison to the current market cap. And interesting thing is that we have quite large fully diluted market cap in comparison to the current market cap. At the same time, we do only have 80% of tokens in the circulation, which means that it's quite easy for the market maker to pump this thing moving forward. This project was also called by Crypto Banter yesterday, and he mentioned his thoughts in terms of the gaming run, and I tend to agree with these things. I've been calling them for several months already, but I would say I was too early and a bit too wrong, and I will show you one project I actually was buying that I'm down heavily on, that I'm pretty much just holding at this stage. All right, so Big Time, they were actually buying sponsorship from Crypto Banter as well, so it definitely shows that they're spending money for marketing, they're testing out things. We will see what will be happening. I like the fact that it's a working product. I like the fact that it's Ethereum beta. It's pretty much a low cap gaming Ethereum beta with a working product, and it's a very, very high tier working product, I would say. Next thing I actually long $300,000 worth is Mavia. Heroes of Mavia, right? And I'm up $12,000 at this stage in one day, pretty much. And I entered $50,000 position with 6x leverage, and I also added 20k on top to make my liquidation price point lower. And at the same time, I was not able to enter a larger position because of the limits, unfortunately. And I honestly think that actually to have the option on exchanges to long $100 million market cap asset, like, it's just crazy. I don't know why they have it. And if I would be running the exchange, I would probably just remove perpetuals for these things in the first place. And you only have longs or Heroes of Mavia on Bybit in terms of the things that I was checking out. There are no perpetuals, no longs for Heroes of Mavia on BitGet in the first place. It's just crazy to me because this thing, it can be doing multipliers. And I also honestly expect to make at least 7 figures on this position. So I would be making 7 figures if once we would be making previous all-time high. I believe I would be up $600,000. And we would need to go at around 11-12 bucks for me to actually make $1 million off it. And we do also have similar type of situation. Current market cap is $123 million and fully diluted is $863 million, with the circulation of the tokens of the current circulation at 14% only at this stage. It also shows us that it's quite easy for them to pump the price of the whole thing, because most likely they can control a bunch of the supply of this thing. At the same time, we definitely have vesting schedules, we have allocations that early investors are receiving, diluting the price of the project in the first place. Heroes of Mavia, I was actually doing a separate video on this channel. It's copy of Clash of Clans. I'm saying that Axie Infinity of this cycle is most likely going to be the best Ponzi scheme, not the best game, not the game where people actually are enjoying to play the most and things like that. The best Ponzi that will actually allow for people in Philippines to make the salaries of their parents just by playing the game. This would be the best Ponzi scheme and Ponzi game, and the best game in general, best gaming crypto project in the first place. Maybe it will be, maybe not. I think I heard something that play to earn part of this game is quite weak. At the same time, they were updating things, improving things. So over time, I think once they would understand that the network effect is happening, more and more people are joining the space and gaming crypto space specifically, they might unleash their strategies. Because currently, if you would essentially implement like nice play to earn, you would probably just be losing money, because market is not there at this stage. We're not even in the all-time highs for Ethereum currently. We're not even there. And Bitcoin is trading at around previous all-time highs. So we are waiting for this move to actually happen. And yeah, if you can see, I'm also up $100,000 on my bread loan, which I was called scammer for. I was called it, I was paid for. I was not, I was laughed. I would love to actually get paid. Unfortunately, I was not. But you know who's right on the market? The one who's making money. And interesting thing is that I closed part of my bread loan to actually enter this Mavia position. And bread surged after that from 0.1 to 0.12. So maybe, just maybe, I'm just thinking about that, closing longs on meme coins would be the highest fate of my trading this cycle. It's very, very funny, because I also closed my Pepe loan. I would be up $400,000-$500,000 currently. I would probably make that all anyway, but with Pepe loan, I would just have made it way safer. I would just not have to do anything. But you know me, I tend to overcomplicate things, and I actually like to do that in the first place. Other project I wanted to tell about is actually Playabull. It's a gaming studio on AVAX with the market cap of $7 million currently. And we're at the exact bottom of this thing. Interesting thing that I was actually investing $70,000 into it, and I was doing it at 0.05 levels. So right now I'm down like 70%. My $70,000, they probably turned to like 25k, and I'm still holding these things. I think it's a very, very nice time to actually be buying into this thing. Firstly, you're buying 70% cheaper than I'm buying, and we are only 3x higher than the lows of the October, which is just crazy. Which is crazy if you think about that. It's a low cap. it's risky. It's only $7 million market cap. They have nodes. They have selling pressure from people constantly receiving tokens. But this is the exact time you buy. I was seeing the same thing at 0.05 and I'm down. We all are unfortunately down if you're buying this thing as well. But right now, man, it's just crazy. Will it go lower? I don't believe that. I don't think so. It's just so interesting how low this thing actually went. Well, no one knows. I'm just sharing what I'm seeing, and I like seeing these type of charts. Speaking of other gaming tokens, we definitely saw something interesting happen with Notcoin, which almost in the West it almost got ignored, right? But in the eastern part of the world, man, it's just hyping so crazy in the first place, and it's doing 2x's in 7 days, and no one in the West is actually talking about it. And I'm not even following it because in the West really no one talks about it and no one gives a shit about Ton ecosystem in the first place. But this is why the West will actually become exit liquidity of the East, specifically speaking about Ton and its ecosystem. We had things like Beam moving, and unfortunately they went right back. And Immutable X is exactly at the same level. So most of these gaming tokens, they almost look like stable coins. Can you imagine 1% movement for crypto tokens on a week? That means that volume there is just that. No one is buying these things. No one is trading these things. This is so bullish. And one thing that also tells me that we should be seeing a move up soon is the fact that I'm talking to different exchanges. I have certain connections. Exchanges are saying that volumes are dead currently. There are no volumes on exchanges. People are not trading. People are bored. People left. This is so bullish. You cannot even fathom how bullish is it. That's just crazy. So in terms of the other projects, I like Superverse. Super, I think, should be doing well because it's being pushed by Alex Becker and Elliot Trades, and you're just betting on the influencers there. Beam is an interesting infrastructure play, definitely safer. I was holding RST, and recently I swapped all my RST into Beamcat. Before Ren actually mentioned it yesterday, I first got to know about Beamcat by Connor on Chain, which is a meme coin on Beam. And yeah, I think you should actually be doing quite well once you would have gaming season. And it's quite interesting because you don't have a lot of meme coins you can bet in gaming, because gaming is a meme in the first place, right? But Beamcat is actually one of the things that you can do. And I was holding Rainy Studios as my beta to Beam, but I would rather hold a meme token as my beta to the infrastructure chain play than hold some studio project out there, right? Because I'm at the end of the risk curve. Like the risk curve you can only get, I'm there. I am in the worst, stupidest coins that you can only imagine on this market. Ape coin, something I was actually longing and got liquidated on. I think it's actually a nice entry point as well. In terms of all of these things, it's frankly speaking a nice entry point as well. Illuvium is all the project from previous cycle. Pixel, something I was essentially longing as well, and I got liquidated on, but it up 22% on the 7 days basis. So it's one of the gaming tokens that's actually moving. Xayah, which is a layer 3 solution on Arbitrum, and I'm actually mining these things. I was buying some nodes. Nice infrastructure play in the first place as well. In terms of some other things, yeah, valuation is currently like $100 million for Heroes of Mavia. Man, that's so cheap. That's so cheap to actually be buying into these things currently. I would say we're in the accumulation stage right now. And I do like the charts of all these things in the first place. You can actually see the charts. You can actually see that a lot of them are reversing, right? So they are following the same pattern. And this is why I'm essentially saying that gaming tokens are memes. Because you can see in the first place, a lot of them, they're just following the same pattern. Because they're memes in the first place, right? You see? Down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, because they're memes. The whole category is the meme. They are underperforming the actual memes tokens. They are underperforming the actual meme tokens, but at the same time, their moves are very explosive once we finally have our gaming season. I did not sell a penny of my Andy on Blast token. I do enjoy this sentiment currently a lot. And I would say that sometimes the bottoms as well as the tops, they have to be forced. Sometimes the hand of fate has to be forced. And I think in general you're quite bad meme coin investor and crypto trader if you sold your ND on Blast and bought into ND on Ethereum at these levels, because you pretty much just sold the exact bottom of the sentiment and you bought, to my opinion, exact top. What do you actually need to make a 2x on ND on Ethereum currently? You need like 500 million market cap. And we have the airdrop for Blast this month. Yeah, it's so funny to me. Anyway, through yesterday's video, you probably heard, if you wanted to hear that I hold my ND on Blast. I think we're a bit toppy. I was just sharing the trade, and I was just sharing the fact that the project was able to capture my mind share heavily. And I feel better. When I done this video, published this video yesterday, I feel better. I don't care currently about ND on ETH at that extent anymore. So it's definitely better. It's great to have your energy back. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be seeing you tomorrow.